Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I love Cricut. Welcome to my mini course. I am so happy to have you here with me. So I have a rather unique Cricut story that I'd like to share with you. I got my very first Cricut on a whim. I'd heard of Cricuts, of course, but I didn't think that they were for me. For some reason, I thought that they were a scrapbooking tool or for scrapbookers, and I am not a good scrapbooker. But one day, I found myself at Joann's because I was preparing for a craft class I was going to teach. And I was dreading the prospect of having to punch out a bunch of templates for my students. And I thought to myself, doesn't that Cricut thing cut out things for you? So I zipped over to the Cricut aisle, I read the little information booklet, and yes, it would do exactly what I needed. So I bought a Rose Cricut Explorer Air 2 that day without any other research or preparation. It was a little crazy, I'll admit, especially when you consider that I needed to get my things cut out that evening for my class that was being held the next day. So I brought it home. I took it out of the box and it was so pretty. I set it up. I followed the little tutorial to make my first card, and the rest is history. I made my custom cutting template that evening without any issues, and it worked like a charm. And when I got home from my class, I delved into learning everything that I could about Cricut. It was an amazing machine that I had just sort of picked up one day at the craft store without understanding its potential. And to say that the Cricut has changed my life is not an exaggeration. Within a few days of getting my Cricut, I'd figured out how to make my own designs and my own cut files, and I was uploading and sharing them on my blog, of course, because I have a blog. Suddenly, my sleepy little blog exploded with visitors who wanted my design. So naturally, I made more. I made a lot more. In fact, I made so many different designs and shared them so freely with people that I got the attention of a book publisher who asked if I would write a book about paper flowers. That's right. My Cricut had led me to a book deal. Amazing, huh? So I've now spent a lot of time with my Cricut. I have both the Explorer and the Maker, and I use them both all the time. I've learned a huge amount in the time that I've been using my Cricut, and I want to share it with you. But what I really want to teach you is how to embrace your Cricut as I have. You might have just gotten your very first Cricut, or maybe you've had it for some time, but it's still sitting in its box, right? Or maybe you got it set up and it's sitting there and it's looking really pretty, but you're not doing anything with it yet. Or maybe you've made a few things, but you're not quite sure where to go next to make that amazing thing that you really want to make. I can help. I can totally help. I can make the Cricut your new best friend just as it is mine. So in this mini course, I invite you into my craft room, pull up a chair, and we're going to play with our Cricuts together. I'm going to show you how to set up your machine for optimal crafting, both the Explorer and the Maker, whichever one you have. Show you what materials you can cut, how your mats and blades and pens and all of your tools work together. And then I'm going to share some of my secrets to Cricut success, including my personal approach to Cricuting and how I store my tools and supplies and papers, and how I find the best Cricut projects to make. The ones that make everyone go, wow. And finally, we're going to take a closer look at Cricut Design Space and see how powerful it really is and how it can help you create all the things. So pull up a seat and let's have fun with our Cricuts.